Hello and welcome back to The Revealed Truth. I am so glad you have joined me for this second session. In our first episode, we established why baptism still matters in our study of the scriptures. Today, we begin our journey through the Bible by looking at the very first pattern of salvation through water. To understand baptism, we must go all the way back to the book of Genesis, to the days of Noah. The Bible paints a sobering picture of a world filled with violence and darkness. It was a world that had completely turned away from its Creator, leading to a moment of divine judgment. God determined to judge that world through water, but even in the midst of judgment, there was mercy. There was a provision for those who would listen. There was the ark. The ark was not just a boat, it was a refuge. It was the only place of absolute safety when the floods came and covered the earth. And this historical account, the Apostle Peter tells us, is actually a pattern, a shadow of what God is doing for us today. Peter writes in his first letter, chapter 3, that 8 souls were saved through water. And then he makes a statement that is vital for every believer to understand clearly. He says, "And this water symbolizes baptism that now saves you also." Notice that word, symbolizes. The water of the flood was the instrument of judgment, but for those inside the refuge, it was the path to a new beginning. The physical water is not the power, it is what it points to. Just as Noah and his family had to enter the ark to be saved from the judgment of the water, believers today must enter into Christ. He is our refuge from the darkness. Peter is very careful to explain that this baptism isn't about a physical ritual or the removal of dirt from the body. It isn't about the water on the skin. It is the pledge of a clear conscience toward God. It is an internal spiritual response to His grace. This pledge is the heart of the union between the believer and Christ. It is a decision of the heart made manifest. So the pattern of Noah teaches us that baptism is about union. It is about entering the refuge God has provided and being clothed with Christ. We aren't trusting in a ritual, we are trusting in the reality, Jesus Christ. He is our ark of safety. In our next episode, we will look at what Jesus meant when he spoke to Nicodemus about being born of water and the Spirit. Until then, read John chapter 3 slowly and prayerfully. I will see you in the next session. Thank you for searching the scriptures with me.